It began, as many strange things do, in a quiet village no one expected to make history. Woolpit, Suffolk, England, 12th century. Farmers were tending to the fields near the village when they found two children standing near a pit, a boy and a girl. They weren't hurt, they weren't crying, but they weren't normal. Their skin was green. Their clothes were made of unfamiliar material, strange in color and texture, and they didn't speak English or any known language. Only each other could understand. The villagers took them in. The children refused all food for days, until someone offered them raw beans. Only then did they eat, ravenously. Over time, the children began to adjust. They started learning English. The boy, sadly, grew ill and died shortly after. But the girl survived, and once she could speak, she told a story that shook the village to its core. She said they came from a place called Saint Martin's Land, a place underground, where everything was green. The sun never shone directly, only dim light, like twilight. They were herding their father's cattle when they heard a loud sound, bells, she said, and suddenly found themselves in a strange place. Some say they came from another kingdom. Others say they crossed over from another dimension. As the years passed, the girl grew into a woman. She was baptized, given the name Agnes, and eventually married a man from King's Lynn. But the mystery never faded. Who were they? Was their story just a child's fantasy, or a memory of something real? Some scholars argue they were Flemish children, orphaned by war, their skin tinted green by malnutrition, chlorosis. But that doesn't explain the strange clothes, the unknown language, the underground world. Others believe they were extraterrestrial, stranded on Earth through a rift in space-time. The green color, a result of photosynthetic skin. The bells they heard, a dimensional echo or a side effect of crossing between worlds. Then there's the theory of the hollow Earth, a hidden civilization deep beneath us, living in darkness, unknown to the surface. And if that's true, Woolpit might have been one of the rare places where the boundary cracked. In the centuries that followed, other stories emerged. Children with strange eyes, people appearing from nowhere, unable to explain how they got there. And Woolpit itself seemed to bear silent witness. In local folklore, there are tales of the thin places, places where the veil between worlds grows thinner, and those who are unlucky, or lucky, enough to stand there at the wrong moment, might find themselves slipping into another existence entirely. The villagers later spoke of mysterious bells ringing from beneath the earth. Some believed the pit near which the children were found was no ordinary pit, but an ancient, forgotten portal. Old records from nearby monasteries speak of strange star children appearing near monasteries after great storms, always described with luminous skin and an aversion to sunlight. Most of these accounts were dismissed as superstition. But what if they weren't? In 2023, British researchers unearthed a sealed well near Woolpit containing ancient carvings depicting children with green skin standing beneath a dome of stars. No one had seen those images in over 800 years. The well itself was built from stone not native to Suffolk, and the carvings, unmistakably deliberate. The villagers of Woolpit claimed that after the green children appeared, the village changed. Animals grew restless at night. The weather turned unpredictable. Whispers of ghostly figures in the fields haunted the people for generations. Were these aftershocks of the crossing? Residual energy from the breach between worlds? Or was it something more? Perhaps the green children were not visitors, but messengers. A warning from a world long forgotten, or never meant to be known. And maybe they weren't the first, or the last. Legends speak of others, lost children, wandering between worlds, seeking a way home. Maybe they still are. Woolpit today is a sleepy village once again. Tourists come to see the church, the old fields, the statue of two green-skinned children near the center of town. Most smile, take their photos, and move on. But some, the ones who stay a little longer, who wander the fields at twilight, swear they hear the faint sound of bells, far away, calling, just like they did so long ago. Maybe the boundary hasn't fully closed. Maybe the story isn't over, and maybe, if you find yourself near Woolpit at the right or wrong moment, you'll find yourself stepping across into St. Martin's Land, and maybe, just maybe, someone will be there waiting.